Greetings! Welcome to Enhanced with Reshade Prey Part 1. So, this is a new series that I'm going to be doing. I don't know if it's going to be once a month or if it's going to be every other week. It depends on how much time I'll have. But this is an advanced tutorial series for using Reshade. Basically, it's taking what I've already shown for Reshade, which was basic introduction. Here's Reshade. Here's what you can do with it. And now I'm actually showing you what I do with it for a game that I'm going to be playing from beginning to end, to get it from looking good to the final end, which is looking great. My goal is to always make it look better than what it did before at default settings with no reshade versus reshade. So that's the end goal. Now, of course, today is focusing on phase 1. Phase 1 is just, here's the initial one at the very start of the game in the starting area, which is usually where I always like to set my reshade first. And then as I go throughout the game, I like to set it again. So basically, phase 1, set it at the beginning area. Phase 2, I set it up in another area, and then I compare. I basically make it so there's a cohesive reshade that works for the entirety of the game. Because just because you make one reshade and it looks really good indoors, it doesn't mean it'll look great outdoors. Personally, for Prey pretty much takes place indoors the entire time. But there are different lying areas, so that's something to keep in mind. So today is all about that. Let's see. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and launch Prey. I've already installed Reshade for Prey. I haven't done anything. It's at default settings. Now, of course, it's going to take time to load up. Alright. I've also turned off the sound so you can't hear it for the game. Because this is focusing on, here's a reshade, here's basically how I set up reshade for phase 1, and this is multiple parts. Part 1, part 2, and then the final one. Alright, so this is at the beginning, so no real spoilers, really, for the game. But this is at the beginning area for the game. I really don't want to spoil this game for anyone because it's decent. It's very, very decent. System Shock stuff going on, Bioshock stuff going on. It's very, very... I like the game. I'm probably going to be playing it again very, very soon. I'm thinking of actually playing it, starting my playthrough again today. And I probably will. But it'll be at a slower pace than my original one. My original one was run through, do everything. This one is now, I'm going to take my time doing everything and see what I missed. Because I beat the game in 32 hours. Alright, so this is no reshade at the moment. But anyway, this is a starting area, and this gives us a good kind of base to go off of. So press Shift F2 to pull up Reshade. Go click on Continue. Alright, I need the toggle, and I always set it to scroll lock because nothing used scroll lock in video games practically. I'm going to name it Prey 2017. Why is everything in red? I don't know. Okay. What do I want? Just FYI, I never recommend using ambient light. It's partly because I use different things that do the same thing. There are a couple things in here that are actually redundant. Let's see. I don't want that. I want this one. I want this one. This one as well. This one. I may do this. Maybe. Okay. Now go into adjusting these. First, start with curves. There, the red's gone, so I can actually look at this thing. All right, I want curves first. All right. So for curves, what I do is I slide it to both Luma and Chroma. And now I adjust it to, I usually go with about 380 if I can, or 390, but it depends on what I want to do. Oh, that's funny. Oh. All right. Let's see. Okay. Next, I want to go to fake HDR. All right. Now, if you crank it all the way up, it makes it super, super dark, of course. But if you crank it all the way that way, it makes it completely bright and blinding. So there has to be a balance to it. And there's a little finesse to using it. Okay. Let's see. That looks good. Now, to the next part, which should be levels, which, if I remember correctly, yeah, levels is next. All right. So levels is kind of interesting, and the way that it works is because it affects different things. It actually explains it. Black point. The black point is a new black. Literally everything darker than this will become completely black, which is a really interesting concept. So this allows you to play with the shadow effects of the actual game. Now, of course, I've toggled it to show. I've set a toggle key so that I can go back and forth and see what things look like. So this is default for levels right now. So this is, let's see if it'll let me. No. Okay. Effects are currently off now, so we see this is without all the other effects on. This is with them on. And you can see it does look a little more realistic in some ways. This is, like I said, phase 1, meaning I'm just getting started. Phase 2 is more finagling till it's almost finished, and then phase 3 is the final phase where I basically cram it all and try and make the best of both worlds. Alright. I don't want it to be super dark, but I do want it to be a little darker, so I go for about 8. I leave this where it is just for personal reasons. Basically, everything brighter than this becomes completely white, and it usually works, in my opinion. Now, of course, if I wanted to, I could be like, everything's darker, but I like to leave it at about the default, which is right there. All right, so next and last is the sepatone. So the sepatone, what it does is it adds a filter to the way you're looking at things. Basically the color of the lighting. Now, because I'm going to be playing indoors, or the character is going to be indoors, there's a factor of what is the actual color of the actual lighting in that world. Now, this is one thing people may not know about, but when it comes to light from different sources, it actually has different types of coloring to it. The colors are as follows. Blue is actually one of the colors, and that actually comes from the night. There's a blue hue when the moon is out. That's the one I can remember. But yeah, basically different lights actually have different colors to them that you actually have to adjust for when you're actually filming with a camera for filming purposes, for video purposes. But yeah, anyways. I want to make things a blue hue, which, let's see, that makes things a little green. That's purple. There's a little blue right there. Almost there. That's a little too much, so we're gonna back off right there. And we're gonna give it a nice light blue, but right there. Okay. So that's phase 1 pretty much right there. But now I'm gonna walk around a little. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Is that too bright? No, it's fine. See, This is what the game looks like normally. Now this is what it actually looks like. I have to say, I kind of like mine better. But you notice it's not too different from what's actually there already for the game. You notice that it's almost blending into it, but it is different enough that it does give the game a different feel. Like, you notice how there's almost a haze right now, but as soon as I turn on Reshade, the haze is gone. So, yeah, that's the end of part 1 for enhancing with Reshade. I hope you enjoyed that. Phase 2 will be at a different location, and we're going to see if the Reshade I made works in that location or not. And then Phase 3 is at a different location as well. So basically, I like to do 3 different locations and then go from there. So that's the end for this video.